It is the International Holocaust Remembrance Day, decades and decades after the brutal tyranny and the kind of suffering that was suffered by the Jewish community across the globe. In India as well, people are remembering all across the country. There are several events that are taking place. In New Delhi as well, the Israeli embassy came together with several diplomats and India's Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri in attendance as well. And joining us right now to talk about it is Israeli Ambassador Reuven Azar. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for joining us.
Thank you.
It's a very, very painful memory. How do you remember this? How do you, the collective memory of the Jewish community in Israel, let the world remember this important part of your history?
Well, no doubt this is the most atrocious crime that was committed against our people in history. So Israel is commemorating it, and we also coalesce with the world in order to remember it, because we have to learn the lessons of history and make sure that this never happens again.
Well, on the kind of attacks that the Jewish community has suffered, the anti-Semitic attacks that have happened, your Prime Minister spoke yesterday and he said that a decade or so ago these attacks did not happen. But over the last decade or so, they have picked up almost on a daily basis. We saw what happened in Australia. There are similar attacks taking place in Canada, in many other places across the globe. How do you spread awareness? How do you bring in the local laws and justice departments and governments to enact a strong approach on the hatred that the Jewish community faces?
Well, we are cooperating with many governments across the world. Some governments are cooperating with us in a more intensive way, some are less, and it's a work in progress. I think that we have to protect Jewish communities around the world against the increase in anti-Semitism that is emanating mainly from Islamic radicalism that in Western societies. And it is not only our responsibility, but I think also our duty to do whatever we can in order to defend those communities. And of course, Israel was established in order to defend the Jewish people. We've seen as a result of these attacks more and more Jews immigrating to Israel in the last few years. But we think that Jews must feel safe everywhere, just as they are feeling safe here in India.
You know, Ambassador, on Gaza, the last of the hostages are back, and that is a welcome relief for the hostage families. Your Prime Minister again spoke about it. He spoke about the Board of Peace also and the redevelopment. And he said that the redevelopment cannot happen until there is complete destruction of Hamas. So what is the roadmap ahead? Because there seems to be a little bit of a difference between what President Trump is saying and what Prime Minister Netanyahu means.
No, actually, they are saying exactly the same, that Hamas has to dismantle from its weapons. And if that does not happen, that doesn't happen, so there will not be an advance towards reconstruction. So we have to make sure that Hamas dismantles diplomatically. If they don't, we will have to, to use other means. But I think that both the Prime Minister and President Trump have been stating exactly that.
And on Iran front also, we've seen a lot of protests taking place. There are talks of a preemptive strike, and the US top officials have also met your IDF army personnel recently. Is there something on cards, militarily speaking, because that's been spoken about over the last few days?
Israel is on alert because we are keen to defend ourselves. We've seen different kinds of threats coming out from Iran. We are not going to be part of an effort to change the regime in Iran. I think it's up to the Iranian people. We encourage that. We think the Iranian people deserve a better government. But Israel is concentrated in defending itself, and that's exactly what we are doing. We're coordinating that, of course, with our American friends and with others. And we hope that we will not be attacked.
One final question quickly on the India and Israel front. There have been a lot of mutual visits that have taken place recently. One of the ministers was there. Could we expect Prime Minister Narendra Modi to visit Israel pretty soon? Is that under works? What is the tentative timeline, if at all?
Well, we hope to see him soon. We confirm that Prime Minister Netanyahu has invited him. And we hope to be able to see him as soon as possible.
All right, Ambassador, thank you very much for speaking to NDTV. That was Reuven Azar, Israeli ambassador to India, speaking about the International Holocaust Remembrance Day, but also that the Indian Prime Minister could be, in fact, visiting Israel very soon, and in fact has been invited by the Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu. Reporting from Delhi, this is Aditya Raj Kaul for NDTV.